The ladies are off to San Diego. Tami makes an announcement. Malaysia does a drive-by, and OG is at war with everybody. This is Basketball Wives LA After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're super amped to be here today. We have so much to get into. The ladies are taking a nice little girls trip. Tami finally broke the news about her marriage with Reggie and so much more. We have a bit of news and gossip. We have some tweets we want to read to you guys from some fans, and we have a special little surprise for you guys later on, a special Skype call-in, but we're going to give you the details on that later. After we introduce ourselves, I am Brianna Cheyenne, and I have my lovely co-host here today. Please tell the people who you are.
My name is Adaeze, and I'm just so happy to be with y'all again, another week.
Another episode of drama.
Yes, let's get into it.
So first, I want to know what you thought about the episode.
I thought it was a good episode. You know, the previews from the last episode, it gets you cooking, like you're ready for the drama.
Definitely.
And it was a good episode. I think my highlight was Tami. So yeah, what did you think about the episode?
You actually took the words right out of my mouth, because Tami's scenes in tonight's episode, because we don't get to see a lot of her, so I was really happy to see her in such a positive place. And yeah, it was really nice. Speaking of positive places, we got to see Byron and Cece and their engagement party. And we get to see them, but always talking about drama with Kristen and Thomas. And so it's nice to see because you forget like how loving they are. It was really cool to see them. What did you think about the whole scene?
I thought it was beautiful, and like you said, we don't get to see Byron and Cece really outside of any drama, and we also see Byron and Cece from the eyes of her children. It doesn't seem like they're too confident in their relationship, and so to see how much they love each other, how happy he was with her. Malaysia had to admit that Byron did look happy, and that's not like it's all that matters, but I mean,
it's a priority.
It's a big part that matters. So I thought it was beautiful. Of course, all her family was there. All his family was there, except for the core part of his family.
Right.
So that was a little bit disappointing. But
yeah.
I think we kind of expected that a little bit, so.
I expected that too. It was kind of sad to see Malaysia sad at the situation, because it is a joyous occasion.
Yeah.
And Malaysia is super big on family. So for her to be at something like that, and she wasn't able to have a genuine time because not all of her family was there, it was disappointing to see. But I definitely get her frustration. I don't know. Part of me understands. It's tricky, because you know, family is a really big deal, but at some point, do you stop and say, am I being selfish? Am I focusing on the right things? Or am I, at some point you have to stop and say, okay, when do I let it go?
Right. I just thought, if the cameras weren't there, if Basketball Wives wasn't taping at that thing, I feel like everybody would be there. Right. But I feel like the cameras and the fact that they're on TV, and then we all know the storyline of what's been happening, a lot of the conflicts start to get amped up, and the last thing I think that Byron would want is anything like that to happen at his event. Not even his event, his engagement party. So I think that maybe if the cameras weren't there, Kristen said she had her walk, but she could have stopped by with Thomas. Thomas is obviously not going to be there because Kristen's not going to be there. Right. And then with the London didn't even show up. Like, there has to be some real deep underlying issues, obviously, that we're not seeing for her to not show up. For her father, forget Cece. You didn't even show up for your father and say, hey, hi, bye, nothing. So
it's kind of like just saying, I don't approve of this.
Yeah, which is major.
Yeah, but Cece could care less.
Cece could care less. And you know what? I think Byron could care less.
I think Byron could care less too.
At some point, we have to realize that. Like, he's getting older. It seems like he's raised his kids, and they're flying, and he has to live his life regardless. So whether they approve or not, like, it really doesn't affect their lives or his. They're grown, you know?
Yeah.
So.
It's a huge contrast compared to Tami and Reggie.
Yeah.
Because Tami is finally announced her marriage with Reggie to all of her family and friends. Well, the majority of the people she says that she keeps close to her. Mm-hmm. And just seeing the support that she got was so amazing.
It was really loving, and I think this is like the first time I've seen Tami cry almost twice.
Yeah.
She cried twice basically this season, and I don't think I've ever seen Tami cry.
And we're only 5 episodes in.
Right, and it just shows how much this marriage means to her, how much her family means to her. Mm-hmm. It was good to see Jazz and Lyric there. Mm-hmm. All her close friends that we know on the cast were there. And Reggie, of course, standing by her side. It was just a beautiful picture. Jackie had me rolling.
Oh, my gosh.
Jackie's so crazy, but we had to expect that reaction from
Jackie looked like she was taking it as hard as Lyric and Jazz probably did.
Which I understand, because Jackie gets so invested into her friends. Mm-hmm. She wanted Reggie to tie a ring around a mini horse's neck to present it to Tami. It really meant a lot to her. And I almost cried when Jackie started crying too, because I understand that emotion. You're so happy for your friend.
Me too. I thought I was the only one, but I was like, I'm not going to say anything because I'm a G.
No, I was teary. So it was really good. And in the beginning of the season, we were like, why are you holding a secret from everyone? And then we also said, mad people don't like her, so she would be protecting that. So it was good for her to come to that realization that there are people who do care about her, mm-hmm. and not like they deserve to know, but they've been with you throughout this whole process. Why shouldn't they know?
Yeah. Do you think? Okay, so I'm glad that she mentioned that she invited Malaysia, because I was kind of wondering if her and Malaysia are still cool. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised that she invited OG, but I was actually shocked that Shawnee wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't consider Shawnee someone that she trusts and that would genuinely be happy for her, and that bothers me.
I agree, and I think that it just had to be a thing. Maybe she just couldn't be there. Shawnee's the EP.
But why didn't she mention it? Because she mentioned Malaysia, not why Malaysia wasn't there.
That's why I think it wasn't a thing. Because if she would have mentioned Shawnee not being there, it would have seemed like her and Shawnee have an issue, and I don't think they have an issue. Not only did we not see one on camera, I just don't think they have an issue. So maybe Shawnee legitimately couldn't be there, and I wouldn't have made it a thing, because as soon as you say Shawnee's not there, the first thing everyone's gonna be thinking is what's wrong with Shawnee and Tami. And I just don't think anybody But then I just noticed I didn't really notice that she wasn't there.
Really?
I was too focused on Jackie.
To me because OG was there, so I'm like, dang, where's Shawnee?
Yeah, I feel like because Shawnee is the EP, she knew.
True.
Because the producers know. Yeah. So, but I don't think there's a problem between Shawnee and Tami. I just don't see it. For what? Yeah. So, and Shawnee plays the dances on the fence very well. She's friends with everybody, she does. Barring Jen, because that's a real problem. But now they're cool. But now they're cool, coolish, Coolish. Mm-hmm. So I just don't think there's a problem with her. Yeah. No.
So before we get into it, I know you have a special announcement for everybody.
Yes, I just want to thank every single person who tunes in with us at the Basketball Wives After Show. You make AfterBuzz the ESPN of TV talk. If you're on YouTube checking us out right now, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know we're doing a phenomenal job. Let us know how you feel about the episode. Leave comments. Tell us about ourselves. Do anything, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, leave us 5 stars. Give us a great rating, and let us know that we're doing an amazing job. AfterBuzz helps me in my life, helps Bree in our lives. It allows us to express ourselves about our favorite shows. It allows us to perfect our craft, and we don't know where we'd be without them. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Ding. Yes. So we're watching Tami go through this huge change in her life. She's talking about life is so short and she wants to take her health more seriously. She's opening up about her personal relationship. And she's launching this shoe collaboration with Jessica Rich.
Yes.
And that is a major, major deal.
Yes.
And so we got to see OG go in and support her. And a lot of people have their opinions about the relationship forming between OG and Tami. Mm-hmm. But I want to know, do you think it's something genuine, or do you think this is kind of like a fly-by-night thing because they were both kind of the picked-on ones of the group?
At first I thought it was more like a fly-by-night friendship, like a fair weather friendship, because they were both picked on. You know, it's hard for me to say that Tami was picked on. And maybe it's because Tami is such a strong character. It's hard to see her as a victim. But I would say she's the one who's been cornered.
True.
And we see OG being cornered. But then I just think about Tami's pretty much been genuine this whole way through. And I don't see her forcing a friendship. Her circle is small enough, and she makes as little appearances as she can. So I don't see her forcing OG into her picture. Like, just like Shawnee wasn't there and Malaysia wasn't there, she could have easily not invited OG to her special moment. I think that really meant something to her. So if OG was there, she had to have developed some type of friendship with OG.
Very true.
And so I see it, and it's just an odd pairing, and I don't know why it's an odd pairing, like OG and Tami, but it just really seems like she has her back. OG acknowledges Tami has her back, so I think they have a genuine friendship outside of the show. You know, as I don't know how deep, but I think they do have a friendship.
They do have a lot in common when you think about it. When Tami first came into the group, they were talking about the way she looked and her hair and her clothes and the way she acts, and they did the same thing with OG. And so I think Tami sees that in OG and kind of took her under her wing. And I can respect that. Any strong woman that goes out of her way to uplift another woman when she has nobody else is very commendable. And so we see a change in OG where she said, you know, I'm not going to go on, you know, for the jugular anymore. When I come for people, when I'm defending myself, I'm just going to ignore them. And that takes so much.
Trust me, I know.
Girl, that takes so much work within yourself. You have to be very self-aware for that. Do you think OG is capable of sticking to that?
No.
That was so quick.
No. Because people say that all the time, and then all it takes is one trigger, and you're back to who you were.
Very true.
So I feel like we've all been through these situations. And also, though, I do see, maybe she sees the growth in Tami being so close to her now that she is. And I think she sees how much happier Tami is that she has removed herself out of the situations. And granted, their situations are not the same, but I guess we can pull some similarities. Maybe that would prompted her, and maybe Tami's talking to her about it, who knows. But maybe that prompted her to be like, okay, I can see myself in where I am the accelerant in these situations. Let me pull back, let me change this. But she's still who she is, and you know, and it takes a long time to grow out of these situations. And in a circle like this, all it takes is one comment.
I know.
One of them. And this was OG was invited to the, yes, because she was there. OG was invited to Getaway.
To the trip. Yeah, she was.
Kristen's also invited? No, Kristen's
gonna go.
Yes, and they smashed it. I mean, they squashed it
at the brunch.
So I'm thinking, who would make her tick?
Well, I mean, she doesn't really have much of a relationship with Evelyn.
Yeah.
And I think I can see her speaking up for Jennifer, because OG feels, it seems like OG doesn't mind being that mouthpiece.
Yeah, I think Jen has a mouthpiece. I just don't need two people to speak on behalf of Jen, because Jen has a lot of, she does. Kissing, but she has some, I think Jen is at a place of communion, like, we need to figure this out. So I really hope, but OG is a pot stirrer.
She is.
Like, and I know our fans out there, they don't think that OG is wrong in anything.
I know. I was reading the comments from the last episode, and I'm like, are y'all watching this thing? Something I do want to make very clear after reading these comments.
Yes.
I don't remember who said it, but someone said something about Kristen and how, like, it seems like there's one moderator that
they were talking about you.
Team Kristen. Here's the thing, and I'm going to make this very clear. I am not Team Kristen. I'm not Team Cece. I'm not Team OG. I'm Team Accountability.
Ow, ow.
And so the fact that I have my lovely hosts always calling Kristen out, I'm like, you know what? It's only fair that we call out Cece and OG on their mess, because there's no fixing a problem if not every single person is taking responsibility for it. So that's just where I stand. I just wanted to make that PSA.
We try to be as neutral as we can, but we still have our opinions. And the question always is in this last episode, do we watch the episode? We do.
Yeah, we do. Believe it or not.
And we take good notes. So anyway, let's continue.
But we appreciate your opinions.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, we do. So, speaking of growth, we saw that Jennifer made a really huge stride in this note that she wrote for Shawnee. And of course, she had to deliver it through the messenger, Kristen. Kristen has no problem taking on the bone collecting title.
Yes.
And I just want to know, do you think that it was the right move for Jennifer to write that note to Shawnee, or do you think she could have gone about it another way?
I think it was cute. I think it was cute for television because we learned that she actually did contact Shawnee that night and said a thank you. But I think it was a good step because Shawnee ended up inviting her to the getaway. And then she said she actually called Shawnee and tried to figure out, like, make sure, like, you said I could come, right?
Right.
Because I'm not popping up now and I'm not invited.
Yeah, because Jennifer's not a fighter and she's not going to put herself in a situation to have to do that.
Right, or feel unwanted, especially if you're going down in San Diego. We know that's like a 2-hour trip from LA, so no. But in her reading it in front of the circle, I don't know why I thought this, but I thought maybe Evelyns would be like, okay. But Evelyns was like, where's my note at? Not like okay, but like I see Jen taking small little steps. Maybe it's my turn next. And Evelyns was just like, where's my note at? Shawnee's didn't get a note.
Right.
Which is true.
True.
Evelyns and Jen have a 20+ year friendship. What they need is not even a sit down on television. They don't even need this trip. They need like some real therapy. The trust is gone. There's so many holes in different stories. When it comes to family and talking about family, it doesn't matter how long I knew you. History's out the window. So I'm glad that I'm glad that Evelyns is refusing to talk to Jen.
You are?
Because it's just it's basketball-wise fashion that every year they take a trip and every year blank hits the fan.
Of course.
But this year, she's trying to, like, I just don't think it's the place at San Diego to have this conversation.
No.
But normally it would be. It'd be like, oh, they're going to have the sit down, it's going to blow up. We saw in the previews that Evelyns going to blow up on someone else. So she's just saving her energy for someone else. But I think that Evelyns really hurt, and it's big, actually, of her to say, I'm not going to fight it out with her here. Like, she had her chance to talk to me. Mad long ago. So we'll see how that plays out. Maybe it'll be a high-buy situation where she just walks past. I don't think so, because she was making fun of Jen.
She's not, because Evelyns is very petty, and that's why I'm really surprised that you thought that she would see that little step and think it, because when you give Evelyns a reason not to like you, she's going to carry that.
Yeah. That's why I don't know why I was thinking that. I was like, oh, she's reading it in front of Evelyns.
Never.
Maybe Evelyns will be like,
especially about her kids. No.
She was so stank during the whole note. She was like, all right, but where's Shawnee's note?
But the thing is, I don't even feel like that would be enough, because I feel like if Jennifer did write Evelyns a note, I feel like Evelyns would still have a problem, because like she said, you could have wrote me a note how many months ago and you still didn't.
Right.
This is, like you said, they have a lot of history, so it's past a note. This is like a therapy session.
For sure, or just a dead it.
And I was bringing that question. At what point do you finally say, you know what, I'm good without this friend? Like, at what point do you say, I'll pass and just let somebody go?
I feel like it would have to be when Basketball Wives, when it goes off air, because if she's on the show and Jen's on the show, there's no way to work around that storyline. Like, they're going to have to keep confronting each other or being around each other, which means that we're going to have to keep bringing up, is Jen ever going to apologize or own up to her stuff?
Tami and Evelyns avoid each other, and they tape separately, and
Tammy's on her way out.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Tami came to, like, all her chickens came to roost. She's kind of over it. There's really I think we said, like, there's no reason for her to ignite anything when she's literally on her way out. She's finding peace. She's happy. But it seems like Jen is very much invested in Basketball Wives, and so is Evelyns.
Yeah.
So as long as they're both on this show, or as long as there's a show, it's going to still be a thing. Maybe at the end of the season, it's a long season.
It's very long.
Maybe they'll have a cry out thing, and Evelyns will hug her. We can only pray. We can only pray.
You would have to pray hard on that.
God, if you're listening.
Because I can see the only hands Evelyns laying on Jennifer are not the pleasant laying
Maybe
of hands.
Maybe the hands of Jesus to bring them back together. We don't know yet.
And you know what? I thought it was so funny, and this just shows how petty Evelyn is too. Because Evelyn tried to say when they got to the house and they were trying to figure out what rooms they were going to stay in, Evelyn tried to use Malaysia as a reason to say, "Oh yeah, and you know Malaysia's not going to want Jennifer in the house." Girl, you know you are not thinking about Malaysia. No. You know you just didn't want Jennifer in the house with you.
That's not Evelyn's style, really. But I think she's just trying to pile it on. Like, and Malaysia got a problem with her too. So yeah.
And Malaysia made it very clear that she said like she doesn't see her. She's a ghost.
It's just she's invisible.
She's invisible. So I think that's the best way to go about things because Malaysia's not afraid to fight either. Mm-hmm. Moving on, I really want to talk about OG because it's like she has an issue basically with everyone.
Yeah.
So we're just going to start with this drive-by.
Yeah. Let's just start actually with her being at Cece's engagement to start with.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were going to see her show up because she was late, right? Something, maybe she won't come because her and Cece might have fallen out over this whole Byron situation, but she showed up with a gift. So it was nice to see that at least maybe her and Cece patched it up. And then the drive-by with Malaysia. I was like, dang, like Malaysia don't do this at the party. Like maybe this is not the time, but I'm glad she did it drive-by fashion because she knew it wasn't the time. Yeah. But it was kind of like a warning, like, just know, like, we're not good and we're going to have a talk.
Eventually,
yeah. And I don't think Malaysia's looking for a fight, but this is her family and she means it. And OG kind of was just like, what? It just, sometimes OG just, I don't understand how OG just doesn't understand why people have a problem with her. But I'll lay off OG since y'all think I'm picking on her. I'll lay off OG, but she's just like, what was that about?
Yeah, there's a lot
you have to know what it's about.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons for people to have an issue with her.
Yes.
But like I said, like we acknowledged already that she's taking the steps towards working on herself. So maybe once she makes that change, then people will recognize it. But at the same time, they're women, so it's like once you do something bad to me, it's nothing.
And you hold on to it forever. Yeah. And I feel like Malaysia plays so calm until she's not calm.
Right.
And I feel like OG, she's blaming equally Cece and OG, but I feel like she's just going to hold OG accountable as well. It's a little bit tough to hold Cece accountable because I think she's been talking to her over and over and over, and then she's also marrying Byron at this time, but like OG got to know her place.
She does.
Okay? I don't want to hear no more of this battery in the back stuff. OG's a grown woman. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Fact.
She knew, just like Malaysia said, you didn't just say, oh, I just heard that Byron's not your real dad. You use it in a way of ammunition. And you know you didn't. I need you to use that. I need you to be accountable for that and also admit that Byron did not tell you that it was okay to share. Nobody's going to say, oh, no, Thomas is not really my son, but I did raise him since one. But you can go and tell that. That was not the conversation, but that's how OG's making it seem. Girl, bye.
Nyla Lynn, I'm sorry, girl, I tried. She said, girl, that isn't accountability. Byron said what he said. Cece isn't accountable for any grown person and damn sure not Kristen's feelings.
What is she, do you know what she's referring to when she said that's not accountability?
I have no idea. Can you clarify? And we're going to get back to that.
But read the rest of the comment again.
Like, read it all over?
Just like she's saying, Cece's never accountable.
She said, Cece isn't accountable for any grown person and damn sure not Kristen's feelings. So I guess she's saying that Cece never has any accountability.
Oh, I read that as maybe Cece's not, like, responsible for Byron's words or Kristen's feelings.
Maybe. Clarify that real quick, and then we're going to get back to that.
Yeah, girl.
But we're going to also stick to talking about OG because she has a whole other issue. Well, she doesn't have an issue with Phoebe. Phoebe has an issue with her.
Yeah. OG has no idea.
Yet. And OG has no clue.
Yeah.
And I think those are the funniest beefs. Yes. When you have somebody who doesn't like you that you don't even know.
And they're stirring it up.
It's like, ooh, I bother you. You're mad. Ooh, why are you so salty? And but the thing is, I get why Phoebe has this little issue, but I do think she's spreading it. Like, she's stretching
hyping it up. She's dragging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, but it's for the show. She also sees that there's people who are not too fond of OG, so it's easier for her to hype it up in that space.
Yeah.
To make a whole line about it in a show that's going to, in a song that's going to be sung at a show, at a showcase, which I feel like she didn't say, but she'll probably, I don't know, I don't think she'll invite OG, but she'll definitely say at the show, and someone's going to go back and tell OG. Probably, no, not Kristen. Who would go back and tell OG? Jackie
would.
I think
I can see Phoebe inviting OG to it.
Yeah.
Just because she wants her.
She is that bold.
She is that bold.
I don't know why she's so bold. OG would.
She's from New York, though.
Girl.
Size doesn't matter to.
Girl, we gotta stop. Listen, New York is not always gonna save you. She plays football. And she body slams girls for a living. Phoebe's so tiny and cute.
She is. Obviously, that one boob pop the moment she just hits the.
Oh my God.
And yeah, Phoebe's too cute to be fighting OG.
But it's just more so she's just not scared of her, and I understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be scared of OG, but I feel like she has a small problem that she's making bigger, and I want to hear the song.
I want to hear the song.
And I want to see OG's face.
But I just think that the whole putting it in a song thing is just very petty. Like, to me, that's the equivalent of going on social media and subtweeting.
Why did she... I know why, but she didn't have to throw Evelyn under the bus.
She didn't!
Like, Evelyn went and called her Louis Vuitton girl to verify. Like, that is so petty.
But the thing is, I don't know if it was a situation where Evelyn liked the shirt and called the girl and asked if they have it, or if Evelyn was being petty. And
I think Evelyn was being petty, because you know how Evelyn is with style. And she definitely saw the shirt, and it's because OG put the whole vintage Louis, like, it's like almost bragging, like, I probably got 1 of 5 shirts ever made. So Evelyn made a call. I probably would have did the same thing, I'm not gonna lie. But it wasn't for Phoebe to go out and tell people that she did. It was one of those kiki things you do with your friends on the phone.
Definitely.
So, I don't think Evelyn cares too much.
I don't think she cares that much either. Okay, so Nayla cleared up. She said, I was responding to you saying Cece and OG wasn't being accountable, and I'm saying Cece isn't accountable for Byron, OG, or Kristen's work. Oh, okay, so she's saying that Cece's not responsible for... Right. Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, because they're all grown people. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yes. But there is accountability when you stir a pot. Like, yes. For instance, telling OG the thing about the family, that's kind of stirring the pot.
It is.
In an unintentional way, because it's not any business of OG to know.
But then you think about it, is it stirring the pot when they were at dinner? Once he found out there was multiple people at this place, and including the person involved, which is Byron, who also obviously co-signed, or maybe even said the news, like, he's not my biological son.
Yeah.
At that point, Cece maybe... I don't know what accountability Cece has to take for that, because we don't know who said it, but she could take that. But then OG knew what she was doing. That's 95% OG. I'm sorry.
The thing that confuses me, though, is that when everything happened and someone, I don't remember who said something to OG, but OG said, Cece told me.
Yeah.
And so it's like...
put it right on the... Because you know why? Because Cece kind of was just like a deer in headlights, like...
Yeah.
And they're like, who told you that? And she was like, Cece was the one who told me.
And then it puts a picture in your head that it was like a kiki between the two of them. And then you find out that it was at dinner in front of both of their men.
Right.
So I'm not really sure. We have a lot to figure out as the episodes go on. Yeah. But right now, I told you guys we have a surprise for you, a special Skype-in call. Miss Conversation Piece is not here because she is at an exclusive Basketball Wives viewing party. And she's calling in. We're going to connect to her in a moment, but make sure that you guys have your volumes up because she's going to be chatting with some cast members. I'm not going to tell you who yet, but you're going to be in for a nice little surprise.
I hear some connection here.
Hey guys, I'm live on the red carpet with the cast of Basketball Wives. Here we have Kwame and Byron. Say what's up.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
So, Kwame, you haven't been on the show so much. Is there a reason you've been kind of low-key this season?
I've been overseas a lot. Too chilly, going 7 games series. So I've been traveling a lot. So that's why I haven't been on the show.
So you and OG, you're both athletes. Are you super competitive at home? Like, who can do the most anything? Like, you compete with each other?
We're competitive to an extent, but it doesn't get to where I am, where you gotta compete with everything. We're competitive.
So you're here with Byron. You guys have gotten to know each other via the show?
Before that.
Okay.
So we've gotten closer because of the show, because of OG and CC's relationship. It has allowed Kwame and I to enjoy each other and we formed obviously a relationship with person totally outside.
You see if you can hear, if they can't hear. Try.
Oh, there's a mic.
But yeah, you guys have gotten closer. Do you enjoy the experience of being on the show, or do you feel like it brings drama to your relationship?
Good question.
I mean, I enjoy the experience. You know, I enjoy being with my wife. I enjoy being with Malaysia. That's family. So that part of it I do enjoy. The thing that I've enjoyed the most is the relationship that I have with Kwame and OG. You know, so the show has things, some very positive things that we like. And it's brought us some people in our lives that we truly enjoy being around and enjoy spending time. And this, when the show is over, we'll still have a relationship. So that's important.
That's pretty awesome. So I'm going to try to grab some of the other ladies while I still have everybody on the line. Thank you so much for stopping with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So guys, we have Cece right here.
See? Oh, Cece popping in that yellow.
So I'm going to go find some more people you guys can see. Hey, Jackie and OG. Hello, ladies. So we're live right now on AfterBuzz TV. Okay. Tell us some tea, honey. What's going on, Jackie?
I'll tell you right now, watch tonight. I saw it. I was like, who is that? I'm good. I'm good to see you. I just saw some clips on the way here. Oh my God. OG, don't be mad at me. I swear to God, that's what happened. They saw some clips. And girl, they lying you. You already know. I ain't got to tell you.
They lying on a lot of people. Wait, did you have an altercation with Phoebe? Did you have an altercation with Phoebe?
Me?
Phoebe. Phoebe.
Did you have an altercation?
Oh, not who?
I'm sorry, who? That girl, Phoebe.
Who? I wear FUBU, yes. FUBU is an amazing
Not FUBU.
brand. I would
You-
love for FUBU to come back.
Oh, my
I
God.
would call Kanai to come back. All those brands are awesome.
All right, ladies. Tell us.
She looks so good.
Cece is popping. That yellow is so pretty.
Ladies, say what's up. Yes. So we're live in the action, guys, in the middle of everything. Yes, we're live. Just give us a little tea, give us a little tidbit. You guys are friends now. Just tell us how the show is.
Oh, we've always been friends.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
give us
we're
the
the
backstory, honey.
So what did I jump into here? She was asking for some tea, and then we spilled a little, and then that's that. What I missed?
I want to know what's going on with Phoebe. Are we going to reconcile?
I tell you what, you guys gotta keep tuning in all season.
Thank you.
Let me get please don't move. Let me get off for this ball. Thank you.
You guys, thank you so much. I'm about to sign out. We're in the middle of everything, Basketball Wives viewing party. We're gonna have OG in the studio next week, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys.
Hey, thanks, Miss Conversation Piece.
Bye.
Wow, that was nice.
That was really cute.
Oh my gosh, Cece looks so good.
Cece looks so good. Like she looks phenomenal on TV.
She looks amazing.
But she looks amazing in person. Like
Yes.
in a less like HD view, she looks amazing. It was like I'm saying, like she looks good in HD, so she looks like good just like a normal view. Like she looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
We saw OG, we saw Jackie. It was nice to see Kwame and Byron.
Definitely.
Like, I don't know why I was kind of staring at them a little bit because I guess we don't see them as much. Like
definitely not Kwame.
Personable way. It was good to see Kwame like it was a good question about the competing because they are both athletes and I never put that together. Like are they like, and I see OG like always like being a little bit competitive with him, but he definitely said that they are, but it never like crosses the line. It was really nice to see Byron say that he loves spending time with his wife, loves spending time in Malaysia. He did not mention Kristen or Thomas once.
Oh gosh. Well, you would pick that up. Actually, speaking of Malaysia and Byron, I do want to point out a little bit of a wrong. Well, it's not a little bit of it's kind of a big wrong that Malaysia played with this. Because Malaysia went and told Byron that Byron said it's okay for her to go and say that.
Yeah.
But Byron didn't say that.
That's not on Malaysia. That's on OG.
But OG didn't say that. Byron said, "Oh yeah, go use it on him."
And that's what OG and Malaysia kind of had a little clarification with before Malaysia left. She kind of. But it was the implication where she was like, yeah, they said it was okay. Like, not like he gave me the okay to go fire it at her. But was like, yeah, he said it was okay, like it was public information.
Yeah.
So it kind of made it seem like the conversation was like, can I say this?
Yeah.
And Byron was like, go ahead.
Right.
But Byron probably was more like, it's not a big deal. Like, this is public information.
Right.
But now Malaysia, who's trying to get her family together, she's trying to figure out who is the instigator here. When you hear OG say that, the only way for Malaysia to take that is, did Byron go and tell you it's okay, go ahead and say it? So she had to clarify that with Byron and then go back and clarify that with OG. So I don't really see too much of a problem
I think
with
it was more about the way she clarified it, because instead of asking, you know, she was basically low-key saying, OG said that you said it's okay for her to throw it at Kristen in a negative way.
Yeah.
And I guess that's how she received it, the way it was toned to her.
That's how I think too.
And so it's kind of just a huge mix-up based off of basic communication.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, I really do hope that they clear that up.
Yeah, I think they will clear it up, but that doesn't really excuse OG in the situation. She used it as ammunition, whether anyone told her it was okay or not. Yeah. So I think it's part... Why'd you say Byron said it was okay? And also, why would you think this is okay to use that way?
Absolutely. So, you have some news and gossip, do you?
I do have some news and gossip.
Alrighty then, let's get to it.
According to Atlanta Black Star, here are a few facts that we may not have known about Jen. Jen wanted to be a lawyer. She actually took the bar exam and got accepted into law school, but that didn't pan out for her. She's a real estate agent, and little did you know, her very first sale was to Evelyn Lozada. She has like a really deep history with Evelyn. Like, that's a first for her. And so I really hope they can work that out. Also, did you know that Jen was in a relationship? Yes, she's in a relationship. She said it's just about a year now, and it started at the start of the Basketball Wives taping of the season. So she just didn't feel it was stable enough to expose to the public, which makes sense.
Smart.
And last but not least, she has baby on the brain. Jen wants to start a family.
She does?
Yes, she wants to start a family, and she says that it was kind of, the urgency was accelerated when her mom passed.
Okay.
And we saw on the show that she says that she's lonely now. She doesn't really have anybody. So it would be nice in her new relationship, if it should go the distance, that she might start a family. So maybe we'll see a Williams family. Well, it'll be the last name of the husband. But whatever. Maybe we'll see a Jennifer Williams family in the future.
Can you imagine how fabulous that baby is going to be?
So fabulous. Like, dripped from head to toe.
Dripped out, boy or girl.
Yes, and she's beautiful.
Yes.
So I'm sure the baby will be beautiful as well.
Yes, yes. Amazing. Well, thank you for that tidbit.
You're welcome.
It's nice to know that she's moving on, because you don't get to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she didn't, and I know, now I know why she didn't mention it in the show, because she didn't want to, because she was saying she's alone.
Yeah.
But she does have someone, but it's new.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Nice. Amazing. Well, we have some time left, so do you mind if we share some tweets?
Do I mind?
Do you mind?
Girl, let's read these tweets.
Okay, let's read some tweets from some Basketball Wives fans. So, at Kayla Deneen says, okay, so I watched Basketball Wives. Phoebe is that B. OG is ugly, a hater, and her wigs are pew. And Cece is a homie hopper, and it's wild.
Okay, wait. We dropping tea here. Cece's a homie hopper.
Okay, so I guess we're going to see something that we didn't say,
or maybe she knows something we don't know.
Maybe you know. Kayla, I'm gonna need you to DM me, girl, and let me know what you know.
Byron's homie. Who's Byron's homie? Because obviously that means that she was with his friend.
No. I don't think in that way. I think she means like homie hopper, like in the friend group, maybe.
Oh, homie hopper only means one thing.
I don't know, girl. I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible, because this relationship, they didn't even walk down.
Please.
Yeah, they didn't even walk down the aisle yet, and that's how rumors get started. Okay, so let's see the next tweet from @turquoisebutterfly. Cece, Tami, and OG are the only career women on this show. Zero handouts, self-made. Forget being Basketball Wives. I'd rather be a boss any day. Ironically, they're the most hated. That's a very solid point. Because
I'm marinating on it. Cece, Tami, and OG are the only career women. I think maybe she means the only maybe self-made women.
Self-made.
They all have careers
because she said self-made. Yeah, definitely.
Zero handouts. I'll just say this, turquoise butterfly. I agree. Like, it's really good to boost up women who got it on their own. But if you are married, sleeping with, or have a baby by a man who is rich and you cannot take advantage of that, I'm sorry. My man's not going to make $50 million a year, and I'm not going to start my own business for that. So I cannot knock Evelyn or Tami or anybody or anybody for that.
Definitely. I definitely feel you, because there are a lot of women out there that get in a relationship and then they don't take advantage.
Right. They get complicit.
In a positive way.
Right.
But I do have a special part of admiration for women who didn't have to, rely on a man. So at So Shika, I agree with everything Cece. First off, Kristen is the daughter-in-law, so she don't owe her. If anything, she can try to build a relationship with Byron's kids, but she don't have to if they're being childish.
Agree. These kids are. I agree. These kids are too grown to be like, Emma, what if you don't like me? Maybe figure it out, or don't figure it out.
Definitely. At To Be a Beauty, Tami pulled one of her wigs out of the closet from her first season. Which wig? I want to know, because I did see a wig, and I'm like, Tami.
Which wig?
Tami.
Maybe the blonde one.
There was a pink wig that I did not like at all, and it had brown roots or black roots.
Not the first season. Oh my God.
And it was disrespectful. I don't know, because last season Malaysia got on her about that white eyeliner, and Tami said, "Yeah, I know I was wrong for that eyeliner."
No comment.
Tami.
She admitted that.
She did.
I know I shouldn't have worn that.
She did.
I know I shouldn't have worn that.
So Tami does have a couple slip ups sometimes, but she owns it, and she's still fabulous.
She looks so good this season.
She looks so good. She looks so healthy. She has the shoe line on the way, so maybe
I blinked for that pink wig, but we're gonna move on from that.
You did blink. So let's get into some predictions.
Yeah.
And now your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I'm gonna hit you with a shimmy for the prediction vibes.
Okay, so my prediction for. I think that, and our predictions can't include the previews because we already know what's going to happen.
Right.
I'm going to throw out a bold prediction that Shawnee is going to mediate some type of sit down with Jen and Evelyn. I really hope it's before this whole thing that happens with OG no, we do see Jen. I'm thinking Evelyn and OG are going to fight. We do see Jen and Evelyn fight. Never mind. So that's not my prediction. My prediction, let's do a prediction with Cece again. I think that Cece and OG and Cece and Kristen, and I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about this pink wig. Cece and Kristen are going to figure it out. Maybe Byron can mediate that.
I doubt it. I'm gonna keep it real short and sweet. OG is going to fight. I can't say who, I don't know who, but OG is going to fight. Most likely Phoebe.
Yeah.
I just see it. That's our show today. I am your host, Brianna Cheyenne. You can follow me on Instagram at IamB_Cheyenne, CHIANNE.
And my name is Adaeze. You can find me on Instagram at 1Adaeze. That's 1ADAEZE.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Peace out.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.